comes to Desmond Hall. The long night of mystery and apprehension has finally passed. The sun wipes the skies clear of the evil stars. Within the family mansion, light enters darkened rooms. There is a newcomer at Desmond Hall. The homeless young girl reveals little about herself, but her knowledge reaches into secrets she could not possibly know. Back when the Desmonds lived in another time.
You're up early, my dear.
I like to watch the day begin. You know, each morning the sea, the trees, the rocks, they're all reborn.
I thought last night you were part of an apparition.
What made you think that?
You seem not to be of this world.
Perhaps it's you who doesn't belong to the world.
You were part of the night, and I thought perhaps you'd vanish come the morning.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Oh, you haven't disappointed me. I'm pleased you're here. Would you like some coffee?
That's very kind of you.
I'll only be a minute. Irene, listen carefully. I must see you at once. No, not here. I'll come to you. What? No, I can't talk. But I think we've found the girl we need. There, drink it while it's hot.
Oh, thank you.
I would like nothing better than to continue our interesting conversation of last night, but I'm afraid I have business to attend to in town.
Of course.
Well, I don't like to leave you here alone.
No, really, I'm perfectly content. You go ahead.
Ah, well, now you have company. Jean-Paul, this is Susan.
Hello. Raxel told me about you. I'm sorry I wasn't here to greet you last night.
You'll find this is a very active household, everyone doing his own thing, I think you call it.
Don't you do your own thing, Mr. Thaxton?
Indeed I do. And I'm late. I leave you with the master of Desmond Hall.
Are you really the master of Desmond Hall?
Well, only in a manner of speaking. The house really belonged to my brother, Philip.
And he's dead now.
Yes, we believe he is.
Don't you know?
I know. He is dead. When we arrived here some months ago...
From Maljardin?
You know a great deal about us.
Should I pretend I don't know what I do know?
Raxel said that you, asked about the murderer.
I know nothing of any murderers. She must have misunderstood me. You see, I was very tired last night, and sometimes when I'm tired, I say things that don't really make sense.
Well, then why did you say the murderer?
Is there a murdered here?
No. Desmond Hall is not a haven for murderers.
But Mr. Desmond, you were locked in your room last night and couldn't get out.
The point is, my dear, we need someone.
Not just anyone.
This girl is a natural. She has a second sense. Emily tried to describe it to me last night. I don't think I understood. It's a knowledge of other people's thoughts.
Who is she?
She won't say. Her name is Susan. She laughs off any further questions, says they're not important.
She may be dangerous.
Dangerous?
The powers that once were mine have deserted me.
This may be your opportunity to get them back.
Will you try to understand? When they left me, they went to someone else. whoever that is, wherever they are. They will turn them against me.
Well, then it may be to your advantage to see this girl.
When my powers left me, my safety left me. Now I am at the mercy of forces that I have no means of controlling or directing.
I insist that you see this girl.
All right. But don't leave me alone with her.
We lost our self-confidence, Irene.
When these candles died, my confidence went too.
Well, we must find your confidence again so we can accomplish our purposes.
I'm not sure that I want to.
You're much too closely tied to my affairs to even consider abandoning them. Do you understand?
Is that a threat?
If I fail, you fail with me. Oh, come now, let's not argue. We have a cause. And in that cause, we may find our strength again. Providence may have sent you a means to regain your powers.
Are the cliffs down there dangerous?
They can be, especially at night or in a fog, but by day they're reasonably safe.
I'm going for a walk along the river edge, where the mysteries of nature make our own seem so unimportant.
I'll go with you.
But I don't even know you.
Oh, I am sorry. This is my cousin, Philip Desmond. This is Susan.
I'll just run upstairs and get my coat, and then I'll take you along the cliffs.
Can I go alone instead?
Well, yes, of course.
I like to walk alone when I visit a new place for my first time. Maybe we can walk together some other time.
Well, it's rather chilly out there. I think you better take a coat. Oh, could you be back by lunch?
Oh, I will.
It's as if she was raised in this house. Was a Desmond. Where did she come from?
She didn't say. Raxel told me you were looking for me last night.
Yes, I wanted you to help me reassure Emily.
What's the matter with Emily?
Well, she was very frightened. She came to my room.
When was that?
Well, shortly after I hung this portrait.
Did the portrait frighten her?
No. No, she found a picture in a book. A picture of 4 women hanging on a gallows.
I would rather not discuss that.
There are several things you'd rather not discuss. For instance, this portrait. Raxel tells me there was a duplicate of it at Meljardin.
Philip! It is not your concern.
I'm only trying to protect you from the evil that haunts our family.
Please. You would do well to protect yourself. Now, just leave me alone.
I was trying to save Emily from the evil that haunts her.
The Desmond evil will not touch Emily. Emily is in no danger. I know.
There are times when I feel like an intruder in this house.
Nonsense, my dear. You were a friend of mine, and my friends are welcome here. Strange, the room is empty. It's usually full of people now that Emily is back doing her work. Come in.
Oh, that's new, isn't it?
Yes, it's one of Ada's ancestors. She found it in the attic yesterday.
The Desmonds are such handsome men. Don't you think, Laszlo?
No, I don't. You amuse yourself down here. I'll go upstairs and get the girl.
But you told me that you wouldn't leave me alone.
Now, don't be silly. You'll be all right.
Now, please, Laszlo.
I'll be right back.
You certainly have a devilish look in your eye, Jacques Eloi Desmonts.
Do you always talk to paintings on the wall?
Where did you come from?
Why is everyone so interested in where I come from?
You startled me. I'm sorry.
I was out walking along the cliffs. There's something purifying about the air. I don't know, it seems to free the spirit.
Are you in need of purification?
Are you?
You must be Susan.
Yes, I am.
Mr. Thaxton has told me all about you.
Mr. Thaxton doesn't know all about me.
He told me what he knows.
What he knows are facts, but not necessarily the truth. And here he comes to ask his questions again.
She's not in her room.
I can't be two places at once, can I?
Ah, good. You've met already.
Not really. I'm Mrs. Hatter.
Irene dropped by. I thought you'd like to meet her.
Mrs. Hatter didn't drop by. You brought her.
You take great pleasure in contradicting me.
She was walking on the cliffs. Probably heard the car drive up.
Perhaps. And then again, perhaps not.
Laszlo tells me that you're a stranger in Desmonton.
Am I?
Well, perhaps he misunderstood. Do you know people here?
I know him and his son. And I know Mr. Desmond.
Ah, Jean-Paul.
Yes, Jean-Paul. And I know Philip. So you see, I'm not really a stranger.
We must introduce you to the young people in town.
I'm not sure I care to.
Oh, it's no trouble. I'll give a little supper party at my house. We'll invite people your own age. Wouldn't you like that?
Well, such things don't interest me, I'm afraid.
What things?
Oh, you know, parties and suppers and dances.
At your age, there was nothing I loved more than getting dressed up to go out to a party. It's so exciting, don't you think? The act of getting into new gowns, boys in tuxedos, dance music.
The young today are not what they were in our day, Irene.
Why waste time on trivial things when the marvels of the world are all outside?
But that is my world.
We each have our own world. I won't try and make you enter mine if you don't try and draw me into yours.
I was only trying to make your stay in Desmond Hall a little more pleasant.
Oh, but it's very pleasant here already. I wouldn't want to change anything.
Oh, Susan, we missed you at lunch.
Oh, I found an apple tree, so I had an apple and some berries. I prefer natural foods. Look, stop worrying about me. I've managed to take care of myself for many years.
You're much too young to have had many years to take care of yourself in.
Irene, what brings you here?
I asked Laszlo to bring me up because I wanted to find out how Holly is.
Holly is very well, thank you.
Oh, then you've heard from her?
Yes, I have heard. She hasn't been as happy since she left Maljardin.
I'm so pleased to hear it.
I must get to my office. I'll drive you home.
Oh, so soon? Very well. Goodbye, Susan. You think over what I suggested. You may find after a while that your stay at Desmond Hall becomes just a little bit tedious.
I never find life tedious, wherever I am.
See you soon, Jean-Paul.
Mrs. Hatter is what you might call a social leader of the community. She tries to bring people together.
People aren't ingredients to be brought together in a bowl and stirred around and then passed around like a tray of cookies.
You have an original way of saying things.
I do?
What are you staring at?
Who is he?
Oh, just one of my many ancestors.
you. Jacques Eloi Desmondes. It is you. Jacques Eloi Desmondes.
What did you say?
When?
How did you know his name?
I don't. I've never heard of him. Who is he?
Jacques Eloi Desmondes.
I've never heard of him.
You just said his name. I heard you.
Well, perhaps it wasn't my voice you heard.
Now listen, are you trying to play games?
Why should I do that? There's voices all around us.
I don't understand.
There's much to life we don't understand. There's voices from the past, voices from a distance, calling for us to help them. We must listen to them and accept them.
Those voices can bring evil.
No, they lead us to a clear understanding of ourselves. We must embrace them for our own survival.
Now listen, you're very young still. You haven't really been up against the wall.
The young has been forced up against the wall sooner than you think.
Yes, but you haven't had to make compromises or concessions to get what you want.
How do you know what life has forced me to do? How can you recognize another's destiny when you won't even face your own?
No, listen, wait, come back.
No, I'm going outside, where the trees accept their fate and the birds fly into danger without fear. Just living their lives from moment to moment, without knowledge of the past or the future. That's as we should do.
No, Laszlo. Each time you find what you think is the answer, we end in failure.
She's a remarkable girl.
I think she's rather ordinary, like most of her generation. Really, those clothes, that narcissistic self-preoccupation.
I tell you, she has strange powers.
I saw no evidence of them, unless rudeness is a power.
She could be useful to us.
In what way?
For our coven.
We no longer have a coven.
What do you mean?
I have been warned. I've already lost my powers. I will not risk my life as well.
Risk your life?
Whoever has taken over my powers will not rest until they have my life.
That girl has frightened you.
Yes, I am frightened, but not of the girl. Now I'm at the mercy of time. I thought that I could keep the ravages of the years away from me. I thought I could suspend the passage of time. And then I allowed myself to be persuaded to join you in your plans.
There are plans.
No, not mine, yours. And now I am powerless. I can't help you. I can't save myself.
You can't give it up just like that.
I didn't give it up. It was taken from me.
We'll talk about it when you're not so upset.
No. It's over. We have failed.
We failed because you're clumsy.
No, Laszlo. We have failed because you try to use the powers of others for your own purpose.
If you give it up, that'll be the end between us. You realize that?
So be it. I'll wait until my spirits speak to me again. If they ever do.
I was just going up to talk to you.
Look, Philip, I think we've talked enough for one day.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No. Now, forgive me. It's just I'm in a wretched mood.
We're all in a wretched mood today. Look, I just saw Mrs. Thaxton. She said that Laszlo was taking she and Cord out to dinner.
Oh, well, Raxel will prepare our dinner.
No, wait, why don't we all go out to dinner?
Why should we do that?
Well, it might put you in better frame of mind, for one thing.
No, I'd rather not.
Look, Emily's depressed upstairs. Now, it might cheer her up, too, eh?
Oh, she may prefer to stay in.
I won't accept no for an answer. And you've got to try to be a better host to your guests.
Philip, I can't.
Susan's a lot younger than we are. She might like some excitement, to see some new faces.
Well, already it seems that she's happiest when she's alone.
Well, I'll ask her, and you go up and ask Emily.
All right, I'll think about it.
Don't think about it. Do it, or I will.
All right. I'll ask her.
It would be wiser if you made other plans tonight.
Our plans are set. We're going out to dinner. You and I, Jean-Paul and Emily. Wouldn't you like that?
It doesn't matter about me, but you stay away from Jean-Paul tonight. Whatever you do, don't be alone with your cousin tonight.